Oh, hey kids, it's your favorite Uncle Urchin here for another Toy Talk. Great to see y'all came back. We had an inquiry last episode. Pocky Monster 64. Yes, that was in fact a thong hanging in the background. My buddies in the main metal scene in the Kingdom of Nightmares sent me this little joke gift. They were doing some demo printing of their logo on thongs. And yes, this is mine. It's a prized possession, so it's hanging on in the background. Moving on to toys. I recently celebrated a birthday. And so a couple of my friends from Canada, Trauma D and Mad Maddie, from the Trauma world, Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, etc., sent me this nice little present. Busted it open, and they sent me this really nice card featuring the Ninja Turtles. I don't know if we talked about the fact that I'm a turtle boy last time, but I am. I got this great 3-pack of popsicle maker doohickey majigger. For those of you who like popsicles, those are available on the market. And then I got some pretty cool packages of Mega Bloks. One featuring this kind of 2012 style Michelangelo. This one featuring the Out of the Shadows movie Michelangelo. And another Out of the Shadows package featuring Bebop and Casey Jones. So, Mega Bloks. What do you think about Mega Bloks Lobster?
I'm a Lego man myself.
I think most of us are Lego people overall, and the Lego people were always way better. With that said, I'm actually really impressed with the way Mega Bloks has stepped up their game. I haven't really followed them at all, but I always stop at the toy aisle, even when I'm not buying. I always just kind of like to see what's coming out, and they really beefed up their people into more sculpted. Lego has a classic look, and Mega Bloks had a classic look, but I think the thing that sets them apart now is that their figurines, they still have that kind of classic hand, but they're a more sculpted, more detailed figure. I think it's time to do an unboxing. Maybe we'll start with this little Mikey set. So it's Michelangelo, and it's just Street Lamps Slam. So let's crack her open and see what we got going on here. Little Michelangelo figure. Yeah, this is what I mean by the sculpts have become better. They still have that, that posed hand, very similar to a Lego, but they've got fingers. There's the detail in the elbow pads and in the wrists. I could set this guy up around, just for fun, and it would have a more figurine style look than if I had just some Legos setting out. So I do really like the direction that Mega Bloks has gone with their people. This is just a basic set. It's not going to be hard to put together, I can't imagine. Like all of these little things, they've got their nice, classic instructions, promotional material showing other sets. And let's see what we got here. Classic wrapping. It doesn't appear to have too many pieces. Let's dump them right out. Alright, what do we got here? Basic set. Let's follow the instructions. So, platform. Got it. We got the platform. This little gray flat thing goes on the corner, as outlined in yellow. Got it. Thank goodness it's color coded. It's a little hard to do one-handed though, I will admit. but I want you to be able to follow along, you know. Alright, so then adjacent to that, we've got this block outlined in red here. So, does that look right? I think that's where it goes. Yep. I do believe that is the setup. Now we've got our pole. Yep, that's the pole. It seems to be the same on both ends. That goes into this little thing, just a little round thing, nothing special. That sets into it, which sets into this little round piece with a peg. Again, just a nice simple set. Now this is where it's going to come together. So I'm just skipping that for now because this will help free my hands up. So as you can see, we've got a base with a pole. This is apparently the light. I'll just put that right on top. I guess the cone is just for fun. He's just kind of set it there and it's just an accessory. Oh, okay. So Mikey can do a little spin kick. He can go around. You can kick it off. And here he is. Oh gosh, guys, are you ready for this? This is when it's gonna get fun. Alright, I gotta get him at just the right angle though, so that he spins and kicks it right. Is everyone ready? Are you ready, Lobster?
Ready.
Alright. Did you guys see that? Wow, he kicked it right off. That was great. So yeah, just a fun little set. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Maddie. I love this kind of stuff. Even though Mega Bloks aren't necessarily my jam per se, the Ninja Turtles are always my jam. I've gotten 2 pillowcases from friends. Somebody gave me a pack of tissues that had the Ninja Turtles on it. So, the 2012 Mikey figure, pretty good, you know, very basic. The construction of the figure is pretty cool, but this is what I found started happening, is that the bandana just falls right off. Like I don't even know if I touched it or barely touched it. So that's kind of a bummer. If you're an actual child, and even as an adult, there's a pretty easy potential for that to get lost. So that's not my favorite. The belt is that rubber, kind of like that gummy rubber material. There goes the bandana again. So that's cool in the sense that they gave you these little holes that you can put Mikey's nunchucks in. But this bandana, if they had done the bandana out of the gummy rubber, that would have saved that. His articulation, you know, he doesn't have the movement in the arms. I don't know if that was specifically designed that way so that they would be strong, which I imagine is the case, so that they would be strong during that kick action. You know, decent little set. Again, it's the bandana that's the biggest thing on this one for me. Look how goofy that face is. Alright, let's bust open that Michelangelo Out of the Shadows figure. Out of the Shadows came out in 2016 on June 3rd, which happens to be my birthday. So it's kind of funny that for a gift, Dee and Maddie sent me the Michelangelo Out of the Shadows figures. I also, as a kid from the 90s and being named Michael, always got a lot of Michelangelo from people. So a lot of funny little connections. Alright, let's crack this baby open. It's based on the Paramount Pictures Ninja Turtle franchise, which just had the two movies. The first one by that same name, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the second one with the subtitle Out of the Shadows. Overall, they're kind of weird in terms of like the turtle mythology. My mother and I went to see the first one together, and we were watching it and we were laughing, and you know, I looked to her and I said, "What do you think about this?" And she goes, "I don't know." And I go, "I don't know either, but it's pretty funny." So if you're a hardcore turtle fan, you know, and you really let your fanboy rule you, you're probably not gonna like them. I try not to let my fanboy rule me, and I just look at them as two fun, entertaining movies that were not directed towards the hardcore fan. They were directed towards the kids, who these toys are made for. So let's check it out. Back to the sculpt. Sculpts are cool. This one actually has some elbow mobility, which the other one didn't. And yeah, it's kind of cool. It's actually quite cool. Yeah, I like this little figure quite a lot. He's got some nice mobility. It doesn't like fall apart or anything. He's got some like rubber accessories, like the belt and stuff is that kind of like gummy, that gummy rubbery texture, and the belt and whatnot. And what figure is this? It's Mikey with turbo board, but it doesn't really actually look like it's any more complicated to put together. I guess there's a few more pieces. So, sorry about the plastic. Yeah, you see it. Kids, don't do that. Your mother's told you like 100 times not to open stuff with your teeth. I've chipped my teeth on stuff, so I know better too. So don't open it with your teeth. Just grab the scissors. Just grab the scissors that are right by you instead of opening it with your teeth. And okay, gotta finish opening this package, which I neglected. There's some tape on it. Maybe I'll just use those scissors that I have at hand. Yep, makes it a lot easier. Great. And pop the little nunchucks out. Boom. Set that aside to go in the recycling. Yeah, if you have recycling in your neighborhood, please, you know, soft plastics, stuff like this. You know, check to see if it's recyclable. Recycling's really easy, and unfortunately the culture we live in produces a lot of waste. So if you can recycle the cardboard, the plastics, please do so. This is a PSA from your friendly Uncle Urchin. Back to the building of this Mega Bloks set. It shows this clear, this is probably not going to show up that well, I don't know if it is or not. We got this clear little square, the other clear square with like a single peg smaller, and another clear piece. It's got the little, you know, kind of same shape as the hands, that little bit of grip, so something's going to click into that. I guess that would be this. Alright, now we're moving on to the building of the hoverboard, which doesn't look like it's too hard at all. You've got the board. It's got two of these pieces. Very basic setup, as you can see. You can just kind of click them on there. So, we click the little things on. Then I got a bunch of these little wheels, I guess, is what they are. So they just go on like so. Yeah, this is all pretty straightforward. And this is the board. And then we add the jetpack underneath. It's got the lights up function. So this goes on the underside of the board. Okay. So that's kind of a display, I guess. Then Mikey clicks on, theoretically, if I can do it without breaking it. I think I got this. No biggie. Michelangelo clicks on. Boom. Nunchuck in hand. Boom. Michelangelo is the party dude. Yippee! Alright. Package number 2. Out of the Shadows Mikey with the hoverboard. With the light up function that works somehow. That I'm unsure of. You know, basic set. It went together pretty easily. And this Michelangelo is better than the other one. He's got the gummy, has the gummy rubber, which is just a lot better in terms of having it hold up over time. So yeah, pretty solid. I like this figure. The hoverboard is a little obscenely huge and not really proportionate to the figure. That's okay. But Mega Bloks has definitely bumped up their game as far as their little figurines go. Now we're gonna unbox the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, Casey Jones, and Bebop figure. So my reviews on Out of the Shadows, since how this is what we're unboxing and we're not at the building stage yet. Out of the Shadows basically took everything that was wrong with the first movie and tried to fix it. Being that Shredder had the ridiculous mech suit, that the Ninja Turtles were huge, and they kind of they changed it. The Ninja Turtles became smaller again, and the Shredder wasn't so ridiculous. But by that time, I was already used to the way they looked in the first movie, so I just kind of wish that was consistent. They brought Bebop and Rocksteady into it, which I think was probably the highlight for me of the franchise. They were just really well done, and I think kind of carried the movie. Wow, this one's like really well boxed. There we go. And their version of Casey Jones is just awful. I don't really like to talk smack about stuff, but I'm just going to be very honest with my opinion on that. And I don't like their version of Casey Jones. I think it stinks. But there's again, these movies weren't made for me, the hardcore Ninja Turtle fan. They were made for a new generation. But they also realized that they weren't very good on an overall sense, and that's why they've rebooted the franchise for 2020. So we'll see what comes of it. I've heard that they're going back to the 90s origins, as well as the fact that there could potentially be a sequel to the original trilogy from the 90s. So, I mean, I don't know how likely that is. It would be really awesome, in my opinion, if they did that. Again, I don't know how likely it is. So, we're unboxed. Couple bags. This is a bigger set. And, we've gone up to the biggest set that we've got here. A little harder to get open. Sorry for wasting y'all's time on that. So this is, I didn't even really look. I guess it's Bebop's Moto Attack. So it's Bebop's motorcycle from one of the final scenes in the movie. Now, I don't know how I made this light up before, but when I was opening it, it was lit up. Litten? Is that right? Is that how you say it? Lobster? No comment.
Maybe in Maine.
Yeah, maybe in Maine. So yeah, let's get this Bad Jackson open. Alright, I've got my scissors because I'm going to be responsible, and I'm going to try not to set a bad example for anybody who's young and watching this. And for the rest of you, if you're of age and you make bad decisions, that's on you, that's not on me. But we do try to be responsible here at Toy Talk. Oh, this one's got a... check this out. Boom! That one's got an open it. Why don't they all have that? I don't know. I opened my people. Bebop looks really awesome. I love his design in the movie. I love the figures design. I honestly think these look better than the action figures that Playmates did. I love Playmates toys, but I didn't think the movie designs were very cool. Casey Jones, pretty solid little figure. Not too shabby. Looks good. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, this one's got pages. Again, it's a slightly bigger design. So that just outlines the bike and how you can take it apart, but it comes assembled for you. So I guess that goes on an edge. This one's just got the front one, so that one goes in the middle. And this one also has the side peg. Boom, got it. We should have an alleged flat white piece. Alright, I guess I have to crack open both bags. That doesn't make any sense. Yep, there are the missing pieces. I'd have thought that it would have been more compartmentalized. But there's those missing pieces that I couldn't find originally. We've gotten this far. We've got the bike together with the pipes, blah 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 blah. I haven't actually built any Lego or Mega Bloks. Oh, it just lit up again. I don't know how it works, but every so often it lights up. So that's kind of weird. I think they flare this way. Like, yeah, there, it's on again. I don't know. I don't know how the light up function works. It seems kind of silly to me. I honestly never really cared for toys that have too many bells and whistles, because I've always felt that's what they are. Bells and whistles, and I want playability. I don't want 32 points of articulation. I want maybe like 10. That's a random number, but I'm just figuring like hips, elbows, waist, head, 6 to 10, depending on the figure and how it's designed. Obviously, this is a little different because you're building it. So what do we have next? It goes to the outside of where the little hole pegs are. I keep calling them pegs. I guess they are pegs. They're pegs and holes at the same time, which is really strange because they come out, but then they're hollow pegs. Maybe that's a better way of addressing them. So I figured out that the hole pegs just kind of stick onto that, like so. Oh, the light's on again. I don't know what caused it. It went out. That goes into the front end. Boom. Oh, light's on again. Bingo. Ooh, is it on? Yeah, it's on again. Okay. Small part goes inward. Did I do it? I think I did it, guys. I'm almost there. I think that's how it's supposed to be. Pop on the tires. Boom. Front tire. Back tires. Boom. Boom. Tire spin. Looks good. I think we got Bebop's ride squared away. Is there a seat? Yeah, maybe-ish. This little gray thing or brown thing goes on there. And then Bebop. Yep. I think he rides. He seems a little small. Seems a little small for his rig. His hog. Hog riding a hog. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I wonder if that was the joke. And he's got a little mace. Any Dungeons and Dragons fans out there, if I use that term incorrectly and you have a better term for this, please let us know. Accuracy is our goal. Try to be as accurate as possible and always apologize for the fact that there's the potential we could be providing misinformation here and there. So sorry if that's the case. It was never intentional. Boom, Bebop. Alright, moving on. Casey Jones. Casey's got like this little roadblock thing. Very simple. We can whip this together real quick. Goes dead bang. Boom. Yellow on black. Boom. Snapping it together. It's very basic. Little peg. Boom. In the hole. Like so. Long white piece. Boom. In the hole. Like so. One of those little grip with the peg on the other end. The grip grabs. The grip grabs. And then decal. So we've got a little gate unit. And snap, that appears to be the gate unit. Let's Let's see if we can get it up right there. Boom. So Bebop on his completed motorcycle. Casey Jones. Hockey stick in hand. Manning the gate, which is a very important job. Some people overlook it, but if you've ever seen Parking Lot the movie, or excuse me, The Parking Lot movie, really great documentary about parking lots. Doesn't sound like it'd be that good. It's really good. Check it out. You'll know how important gate manning is. So bam, that's our Mega Bloks. Mega Bloks assembly complete. It's kind of, the motorcycle's a little bigger than the Bebop, you know. They show on the package that he's sitting there with his knees bent, and in reality he can't even really reach the pedals. So that's a little whack, but you know, a small thing in comparison. He's got that gummy rubber for the vest, and it's a little harder, but still that same idea. And for his hair, and yeah, pretty cool little figure. Casey Jones, hockey stick, gate, solid. The figures are all pretty cool, not too bad. The biggest complaint is the first Mikey figure, but Mega Bloks, I think you pretty much nailed it on this. Very cool. The thing that they didn't nail is packaging, and I talked about how wasteful a lot of companies are, but we had on this package there was this white piece, this white rod was packaged all by itself, completely unnecessary. I think this, as well as the white decal and something else, were packaged by themselves in another small package. Again, really unnecessary and just really wasteful. It had two packages that I had to open, right? So I had to open this one, and I had to open this one in order to sort out all of the pieces for this kit. So it's not like they were even separate, so that this was one thing and that was another thing. So that's more unnecessary, wasteful packaging when you have to open it all up in order to sort things anyways. You know, so this will hopefully be recycled. I know I'll be taking it to my recycling center, but that's a lot of unnecessary plastic for one figure. We also have these, the pieces that they came in are fortunately numbered, so I understand that with marketing there's a certain thing you have to do regarding showing the product. Maybe there's a better way to do it. I'm glad that we've got recycling numbering on there for the plastics, but maybe we can do it with paper or something that can be recycled with the box that you're already putting it in. So as far as those things go, you know, not my favorite, but a lot of companies do that. The toys themselves, pretty stand up. They all went together pretty easy. You know, as good as Lego in terms of the construction and the way things went together. That was my review on Mega Bloks. I think they were pretty solid, you know. I hadn't played with them in a long time, but they went together just as well as any Legos I've played with. You know, they've got their own vibe to them. I think it's just, you know, like some people like Star Trek, some people like Star Wars, some people like Legos, some people like Mega Bloks. I like the Ninja Turtles. I like these. So thank you for tuning in to another Toy Talk with your host, the friendly Uncle Urchin, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time. You didn't think I forgot, did ya? I told you I'd show off the spawn cards that I got in that booster box. Turns out I got the 150, I also got some of the bonus, I guess they're the specials or what have you. So we're going to show off the 150 and the extra cards that I got from the box. So enjoy, guys. At that first gap, you can see the next two cards are 51 and 52, which are the checklist cards. The one with the white border, you can see, is from the Todd's Gallery. It's card 3, which goes into the painted cards, number 6 through 9. And at the end here, we've got Todd's Toys 1 and 2. So these are the special or rares from this series.